against the wall, I either go all the way filthy or I fall back, and I have this sort of chink in my armor for the rest of time.
I've been doing my best to stay out of the Drake versus UMG drama for months. Honestly, I thought everyone was tired of hearing about it. Like the milk had been squeezed dry. I wasn't planning to drop any hot takes until a real verdict came through. And let's be real, that could have taken years.
And people who just love confrontation, they love to say, hey man, there's no rules in this shit, but there are fucking rules in this shit.
But hold up. Christmas came early for Drizzy. The federal judge on this case, Judge Vargas, just slapped a motion to dismiss and boom, the whole thing is gone. Dismissed. Can you believe it? For those who might have forgotten, Drake was going after his own label, UMG Recordings, all because of the song turned anthem, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, and his claims. Man, they were wild. Drake basically alleged that UMG cooked up this whole plan to mess with his reputation and his image.
No, like after Kendrick's thing, you wouldn't. I noticed you didn't really get into that too much. So
I just I don't know. It just wasn't real to me. It's like, was that real or was that just like for the people? You know what I mean?
I think it's a sparring kind of sport.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, then let it be real. Then
But you seem just now a little irritated by it. No?
Really? Like, I don't know if it was worth it, because there's a lot of people that were mentioned that I feel like can't really go back and fuck with that guy after that.
Using Kendrick like a pawn in their game. According to Drizzy, it all boiled down to him being up for a contract renegotiation. And after getting verbally smoked in the process, he was out here feeling like Eduardo from The Social Network. Hurt, betrayed, and watching the empire move without him. Now let's get real. The obvious flaw in Drake's whole argument is that he was no innocent bystander in this drama. He willingly engaged in this feud and even stoked the flames over the years. For more than a decade, both he and Kendrick have been throwing subliminal shots at each other, back and forth, track after track. Honestly, that's part of what makes hip-hop so addictive for fans like me.
This shit was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out, get the pen working.
You can't even walk outside. Because anytime we're at a party, someone's gonna play a song that's about you being a pedophile and we're gonna sing along to it.
This constant battle of words, clever jabs, and lyrical one-upmanship is basically a sport, and we eat it up. But to give Drake some credit, there was a moment where it seemed like he genuinely wanted to squash the beef. He even tried to bring some peace vibes with that collab idea. Him, J. Cole, and Kendrick on one track. Like, look, the power of friendship wins energy. But, of course, things didn't go as planned. Kendrick shot down the feature request, leaving Drake and J. Cole to throw some subtle shots at him on the eventual song First Person Shooter. And Kendrick didn't hold back. He made it crystal clear with lines like, "We're not friends." And as a matter of fact, we have some serious to address. And yeah, he threw shade at Cole too, basically saying, P.S. to my good friend J. Cole, you can also get it. Boom, just handing it out. Eventually, Cole bowed out of the drama, leaving Drake to take the bait fully. And from there, it's hip-hop history, an epic saga of pride, ego, and lyrical warfare that fans will be dissecting forever.
I'll tell you.
What did you say to him?
You said that I can never let you down.
Now, let's be real. Drake's reputation got absolutely shredded. People of all ages were out here vibing to songs while calling him a PDF. And we all know that for Drizzy, his image is basically his life. Every headline, every meme, every little jab, he feels that in his bones. And after a year of getting embarrassed left and right, whether it was at the Grammys, the Super Bowl, or any event where all his peers were watching, pointing, and low-key laughing, it had to make his blood boil. So what did he do? Oh, he pulled what might go down as the biggest Karen move in hip-hop history. Yep, you heard that right. From the outside looking in, it was wild. The kind of move where you pause and think, wait, did he really just do that? He basically escalated the drama to a whole new level, flipping the script in a way that no one could ignore. And honestly, it set the stage for one of the most talked about sagas in recent music history. Fans couldn't stop watching, sharing, and debating every single move. So here's where things really blew up. Drake went full legal and filed a defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group. And honestly, this move kept the whole Not Like Us drama alive way longer than it might have naturally lasted. According to Drizzy,
I met Drake in an Australian hotel. I was touring and he was touring too. And honestly, his managers just came up to my dad and said, Drake loves the show, come to his show tonight. And I was like, are you joking me? Drake? he wants to see me. And I was like, okay, we're going. So I got my outfit prepared, I went there, and he was such a fanboy, and I was such a fangirl. And honestly, we text all the time now. He helps me with everything, just life lessons. And we went to dinner afterwards, and we had dinner the next day, and then we met in Sydney. So we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more.
What advice does he give you? What does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful.
UMG allegedly planned this whole scheme to sabotage his reputation, using bots and even radio manipulation to push the song up the charts way beyond its natural height. He claimed the record itself was defamatory and, get this, that it could even put him in physical danger. Now pause for a second. This is after years of Drake acting like some kind of hip-hop mob boss, throwing subliminal shots left and right. He even argued that UMG shouldn't have distributed Not Like Us at all, which is wild when you think about it, because just a couple of years ago, he was literally championing petitions to stop lyrics from being used in court. Talk about irony. And let's be real, Drake has dissed dozens of rappers, celebrities, and other entities over his career, posting those very same tracks on platforms like the ones he's now suing over, and raking in millions in the process. It's a twisty, messy, headline-grabbing saga that keeps everyone talking. Now let's break this down. Had Drake actually won this case, it could have set a seriously dangerous precedent for the entire world of art. Imagine it. Anything an artist says or expresses creatively could suddenly be twisted into civil or even criminal liability. That's wild. You're literally walking into a minefield just by making music. And let's be real, Drake was always facing an uphill battle here, because defamation claims against a public figure, especially someone as high profile as him, are notoriously tough to prove. And the irony, some of the stuff Drake threw back in his rebuttals and diss tracks could themselves be considered defamatory. You know, classic, what's this, you piece of what's this energy. So from the start, this was never going to be a clean, easy courtroom win. It was messy, it was chaotic, and honestly, it felt like watching a high-stakes chess match where every move could blow up in your face.
Yeah, man, fuck all y'all pussies, man, for real, man. I see y'all boys outside when I see y'all, man, for real, man. On some real shit outside, some body shit, man. I'm gonna see y'all boys when I see y'all, man, for real. You know, I got hope out here, man, for real.
Embarrassing.
The tension, the drama, the back and forth is literally the kind of saga hip-hop fans live for. Even in the ruling, the judge didn't hold back from pointing out the wild claims Drake threw around. He had accused Kendrick of abusing his wife while also claiming that his own wife, Whitney, was allegedly involved with his best friend, Dave Free, resulting in a supposed illegitimate child. The court made it clear. A reasonable-minded listener could see what was going on. The diss tracks were heated, full of extreme exaggeration and hyperbolic rhetoric, basically loud, over-the-top jabs that no one could take entirely seriously. In other words, to the average fan, it was obvious that Drake wasn't literally a PDF file or out here committing some Epstein-Trump-level chaos. No one really thought he was doing that. The lyrics were just sharp shots at his own questionable past relationships and his reputation for controversy with younger fans over the years. It's messy, it's wild, and honestly, it's classic hip-hop drama at its most chaotic, loud, raw, and impossible to ignore. And get this, Drake's strange friendship with a then 13-year-old Millie Bobby Brown actually made its way into the court paperwork. Yeah, wild stuff. But the real game changer in this dismissal was the legal principle that opinion simply cannot count as defamation. The judge made it clear the average person should be able to separate fact from opinion and take the source into account. Think about it. If a comedian or podcaster throws shade, you're not supposed to treat it like a front-page expose from a major news outlet. At least that's the way it's supposed to work. But let's be honest, it's 2025, and we all know half the internet out here living and dying based on what podcasters, TikTokers, or social media personalities say. So this ruling wasn't just about Drake. It's a major reminder of how slippery the line is between entertainment, opinion, and legal liability in the modern era. And honestly, things really started spiraling for Drake when he went full detective mode and requested to see Kendrick's business contract with UMG. Not just that, he also wanted any info they had on Kendrick's biological relationships with his kids. And, of course, Dave Free got pulled into the mix too. To me, all of this screamed one thing. Things were definitely not going well for Drizzy. and he was desperate to grab any ammo he could during discovery to maybe use against Kendrick down the line. But here's the bigger picture. This lawsuit wasn't just legal chess. It felt like a full-on PR play. Drake was trying to save face, shift the narrative, and protect his reputation in front of the public. Unfortunately, instead of helping, it probably backfired. The move only added more fuel to the fire, making his L look even bigger in the eyes of fans and the media. Sometimes trying to win in court just turns into a bigger loss in the court of public opinion, and this was definitely one of those moments. Even in the last few months, Drake hasn't exactly been laying low. He's been dropping his latest album, Iceman, through these marathon live stream episodes that last for hours. And of course, he's still throwing shade while doing it, constantly alluding to the whole Kendrick-UMG battle.
Biggest waste of my fucking time of all time. The biggest waste of my god. I can't fake it. I can't fake it. That was ass.
Is that actually it? That can't be it. Please don't tell me that was it, bro. No button pressed. No button. Nah, that was like very, very disappointing. Like I was actually told that this was gonna be a red button. So either someone's fucking with me, but either way, at the end of the day, I'm never putting anything else out again. That's disappointing, man. All that build up for nothing?
Basically, he's claiming the game was rigged from the start, while taking subtle subliminal shots at both Kendrick and UMG. He's painting Kendrick as their Canaccio, this puppet they were supposedly controlling to destroy Drizzy's reputation. But the way he does it, always acting like he's 2 steps ahead, promising some massive big bomb that's about to drop. It's classic Drake, keeping fans hooked, stirring the drama, and making sure nobody forgets there's always another twist coming. And honestly, it's hilarious how some of Drake's biggest fans acted like he was out here playing 40-dimensional chess, when in reality, he was more like playing Candyland. For a whole year, he teased this mysterious red button that would supposedly change everything. But of course, it never actually appeared. Watching fans lose their minds over it was wild. Some of them were completely obsessed, dedicating endless hours to spreading propaganda, theories, and hype about the lawsuit. They were genuinely convinced Drake was going to crush UMG, and in some cases, they even imagined him cashing out in the billions. It was like a full-on fan frenzy, total emotional investment in someone else's legal drama. The whole thing became a mix of comedy and chaos. And honestly, it just added another layer to this already insane saga surrounding Drake, Kendrick, and the never-ending drama that fans can't seem to get enough of. And while Drake's fans were hyped up and clinging to his weak subliminal shots, anyone with half a brain could see he was basically dining on a total nothing burger. I mean, the guy literally cited his own fans' tweets as evidence in court, and even leaned on DJ Academic's live stream clips like they were hard facts to back up his claims. Unsurprisingly, the judge pointed this out in her ruling. Honestly, this whole case felt like a joke from the start for the same reasons I mentioned when he first filed. Drake himself had already planted the narrative in his diss tracks, telling Kendrick to push the idea that he had some weird going on with younger girls, basically setting up the Epstein-style angle all along. The judge didn't just notice it once. She mentioned it multiple times in her ruling. She also slammed the notion that everyone should ignore all the other diss tracks in this feud just because Not Like Us blew up and became the massive hit. That argument, totally dismissed. The court made it clear, hype and exaggeration don't count as legal ammo, no matter how hard Drake tried to spin it. And honestly, I just can't wrap my head around how anyone actually thought Drake was going to take a W here. Logically, he had zero legal or moral ground to stand on. This isn't even about liking or disliking him. It was straight up dumb from the jump. Sure, I get it. He probably thought UMG was trying to diminish his future value and control his catalog. But let's be real, the guy's almost 40, still playing the mom boss energy, still acting like the lover boy, and obviously his peak years are behind him. It's like LeBron expecting a 10-year Supermax contract in 2025. Yeah, he once could demand anything he wanted, but that's not the current reality. Since this beef started, Drake has dropped 30 to 40 tracks, and honestly, none of them have had real staying power. The only one that made a blip was Nokia, and by his own insanely high standards, that's nothing. It didn't even hit #1. Before the beef, UMG probably looked at his demands for hundreds of millions, shrugged, and laughed because they already owned the bulk of his strongest catalog. Up until 2018, they controlled basically everything. The songs that will actually stand the test of time. They don't really care about his new stuff enough to max him out. I honestly think that's why he's so obsessed with this streaming arc and attaching himself to every big name he can. He still needs the cash flow to support his insane lifestyle. It's like he's gambling with hype, features, and streams just to keep the empire running, all while pretending he's in total control. Meanwhile, the court and the public are watching, side-eyeing, and laughing at the chaos. Honestly, I still think my point from a year ago holds up perfectly. All Drake really had to do was step back for a minute. Let the fans, and really the general public, actually miss him for a couple of months. Then come back swinging with a polished fire record and a few strong singles to remind everyone, yeah, you might have tried to knock me down, but I'm still standing. I'm still making hits. I'm still in control. Instead, he's done the complete opposite. Every move, every stream, every subliminal jab. It's like he's obsessed with being in everyone's face 24/7. There's no mystery, no suspense, no breathing room for the audience to crave his return. It's like he's choosing chaos over strategy, hype over legacy. And that's exactly why some of the drama surrounding this whole Kendrick UMG saga feels so messy. It's not just about the lawsuit, it's about a superstar who could have quietly reclaimed his crown, but instead decided to keep playing in the spotlight of controversy. Drake really comes off as an extremely sore loser here. He's out here trying to flip the narrative every single day, and in doing so, he's dragged the Not Like Us saga way past the point where most people even care anymore. It's like you got your ass beat in front of everyone, and instead of moving on, you keep showing up at school, claiming it never happened, saying you would have won if you didn't slip at that one critical moment. That's exactly the energy he's giving off. And now, honestly, who even knows where this Iceman album rollout is going? It's been built on the idea that he's set for some massive win against UMG, like he's going to expose the truth in a sea of lies. But now that the case has been thrown out, it just makes the whole thing feel pointless. His fans are still waiting for this mythical red button that is never going to drop. This whole lawsuit, ultimate Karen move. I always saw it as a weird attack on artistic expression, which is why I was never really on board. Now, Drake's relationship with UMG is going to be strange. After all, they hold all the cards. And ironically, they've been boosting his music for the last 15 years. He's like a kid flexing about his rich baby daddy, Lucien and Universal, who literally controls the spins, the DSPs, everything. But now, the verdict is in, and it's clear. The guy's ego was shattered, and this lawsuit, which he probably thought would save face or shift the narrative, has backfired spectacularly. And so I want to know what you guys think about this ruling. Drop your thoughts down in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild updates.